Good morning and welcome to the Curriculum Committee, May 24th. I call it to order. We have a quorum. Next up is the approval of the agenda.
Move.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. 3-0. Next up is a motion to approve the April 26th meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. 3-0. Next up is CTE local overview. Mr. Davis.
So, good morning, everyone. It's good to see everybody. And I want to thank you for allowing me to have a little bit of time just to give a brief update on career and technical education in Union County Public Schools. And I do have a presentation. I believe Ms. McSheehan is going to share that presentation. But as she's pulling that up, I just want to begin by saying thank you to our Board of Education and to Dr. Houlihan for your continued support of career and technical education in Union County and allowing us to be able to provide these opportunities for our students. So we're very excited about the year that we've had and what's coming forward. I also want to take just a minute to thank all of our CTE teachers, our career development coordinators, and our CTE central office staff for all the work that they do throughout the year to make sure that our students are provided opportunities to learn about future careers that they have and get the skills in place so that they will be successful as they move forward. All right, so just to begin, giving you a little bit of an update on our CTE enrollment for the current year. So as you look at these numbers, we've got it broken down by grade level and by program area. Overall, we had 38,077 students who are in CTE courses. Now, this is duplicated enrollment, and what that simply means is that you do have students who take more than one CTE course throughout the year. So I wanted to just make sure I clarify that, but this is actually an increase of 1,347 students from the previous year. So CTE is continually growing. We're excited to see those numbers, and it's very interesting to see where the interest of our students are. So our program areas are very much aligned with these numbers and are strong and growing. And again, this has allowed us to have many robust opportunities as we move through the school year for our students. So leading into our academies, and just to clarify what a CTE Academy is. So a CTE Academy is a pathway that we allow students to travel from one school to another. So they can be at their home school and travel to another school during their junior and senior year to take these courses. In some cases, those courses are not offered at their home school for, could be a facility reason, or maybe there wasn't enough interest at their home school for it to build that course or that program there. So we do allow that opportunity. We continue to have a very robust opportunity for students to go out and travel and take those courses and still remain at their home school. And we are always constantly looking at this and reevaluating opportunities that we may want to add in the future. So to highlight some of those changes that we've made, we're very excited about our Teach UCPS program. This has been expanded into the Porter Ridge High School. Going into next year, we have Miss Newsom, who will be our teacher for that program, and we're really excited to have her on board. So that will be another place that students are going to be able to go and take our teaching as a profession courses, which do fall in the Teach UCPS program. So we're very excited to have that opportunity, and would love to encourage any of our upcoming juniors and seniors who are interested in a teaching profession that are in that area to apply through their career development coordinator for those courses there. So we're excited about that. Also, to support our Agriculture Tech Academy that we have over at Forest Hills, as well as the outstanding job that our Porter Ridge agriculture teacher has done growing the program over there, we will be adding a split agriculture teacher. That position will support the additional students that they expect coming from cohorts through Ag Tech, as well as the opportunity to expand and grow a horticulture program at Porter Ridge High School. So we are excited about that opportunity. Vet assisting continues to be a very popular course for us, for our students. What we have done is we are going to be expanding that based on student interest and enrollment. We've allowed other schools to be able to teach that. We do have to provide training for our teachers this summer to be able to do that. We've got that scheduled already. But that is an opportunity for us to have that in more locations. And as we go through the registration and master schedule building process, we will be updating our map showing that we have those academies added at different areas. And we have added a new middle school program, agriculture program at Piedmont Middle to support that community. It has a very strong agriculture community out that way. And this will also continue to support the agriculture program at Piedmont High School as they move through that program.
I have a question about vet assisting. They
Okay.
have to take a class before they can go into that program in junior year, correct?
That is correct. They have to complete either an animal science pathway or an equine science pathway. So once they get through an animal science 1 and 2 or animal science 2 companion animal course, they can then do that course. And the animal science courses are actually taught at all the schools. The vet assisting in the past has only been taught at 2, and with it was a limited number of students that were able to get in there with a very high interest. So we really hope that this will give more students an opportunity to get into those courses and get that experience.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. So I'm very proud of this number. This is just a tremendous amount of work by our students and our teachers to prepare our students for those credentials. But again, in 2021, we were at 99,218 credentials earned. The next year, we actually increased to over 11,000. We were number 2 in North Carolina, which is still phenomenal considering there are some really large districts with many, many more students than Union County has, and we are still in the top 2. We expect this school year we will remain about the same as where we were. Potentially we could grow a little, but it will be pretty static. Again, credential numbers ebb and flow a little bit with the courses that are offered and the number of students that are in those. But on the right side, I do have some of the top credentials that were earned. Conover Workplace Readiness. Those credentials are all related to soft skills or durable skills. So those are important for us and done in our career management. Of course, food handler is a very usable credential for students going into work in the food service industry. Adobe, through the Adobe software, those are very popular courses and continue to grow. NCCR is our construction trades. Of course, Excel is one of our Microsoft products, and NIMS is through our public safety courses. It's all about emergency management. So we're excited to see that we are continuing to get those students certified in those valuable credentials. For me, one thing that I really wanted to highlight in this presentation is our Major Clarity usage. To go back in time just a little bit, we started 3 years ago with Major Clarity as a career exploration tool. We are proud to say this year Union County Public Schools has reached the highest distinction that Major Clarity offers, which is a platinum user district. We currently have over 20,000 of our students with activated accounts, and over 15,000 students are using it on a regular basis. So I'm also very, very proud of the work that our career development coordinators have done. We put middle school career development coordinators into place a couple years ago, and they have been doing a phenomenal job getting students beginning in 6th grade starting to think about careers and begin building a plan in hopes that when they hit 8th grade and they finish, they should have a career plan in place with a better idea of a direction moving into high school. And then our high school CDCs have done a great job following up with those students throughout time, using Major Clarity, helping making sure that they are on the right path as they move through high school. So our goal is that we can get as many students in using the service. They complete learning assessments and interest inventories, and they do the things that help them kind of guide down a pathway that will help them make better decisions. So we're excited about that opportunity, and we are excited about the opportunity to potentially continue on using Major Clarity for another 3 years moving forward. So that is a quick update and overview for career and technical education, and I'm willing to take as many questions as you have.
Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir.
First of all, good morning to you. And this work that you guys are doing is phenomenal. I just want to commend you all for the work that you all have done and are continuing to do. The different programs at the different schools, I may have asked this question before, I can't remember. So each school has different programs. Are students able to travel? For example, if a kid is at Forest Hills, he can attend one of the programs at Weddington High. Is that possible?
Yes, sir. So, so let's say if the students at Forest Hills, and let's say they want to take they want to do the Adobe program at we'll say at Marvin Ridge High School or something like that. If they wanted to do that, they could apply and they could travel their junior and senior year to do that if it's a program that they don't have. In fact, I've had some of my relatives in the past who have went through taking courses and traveled to Monroe High School to be able to take the construction trades courses that they have there. So it definitely does allow opportunities for students to do that and expand what we learn. You know, I wish we could have every program at every school, but with facilities and funding, it's difficult to be able to have everything at every school. Yes, sir.
And they are responsible for their own transportation?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Do we make those classes in the first block so that the kids can get there? Yeah, we do. Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am. We try to do them either in the morning or we do them in the afternoon, like fourth block, to allow travel time. And we also try to work to schedule like a virtual class in there to allow more flexibility for them to do that.
Okay.
And there's no way that we could assist with transportation for any of the students? Man.
We don't have enough bus drivers now.
Yeah. Right.
Unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I do want to make one comment, Ms. Heintel, if you don't mind. So one of the challenges that I always put before our staff and, year over year is how do we get better? And how do we continue to provide innovative pathways for our children to prepare them for a future that often we don't know about? And a great example of that you all have supported and that our board has supported is the new Sustainable Energy Academy at the Parkwood cluster. And I just wanted to share kind of how we're aligning the future of workforce development with that CTE program. Just yesterday, it was announced that a major business, international company out of Italy has named Charlotte its headquarters, and they are building a 70,000 square foot company in South Charlotte off of I-77, and they are focusing on electric vehicles, electric vehicle production, and charging stations. And so it's another great example of how right here, very close to our backyard, kids from our own schools are going to have the chance to hopefully do internships, teacher externships, partner with that business and industry. So as soon as I can find out who the CEO of that company is or who some executive is that we can meet with, we're going to start planting that seed. So we're always trying to think ahead of how we get better, and that's just one example, and that comes from the work of Brian and his team. So just want to say, Brian, thank you to you and your team and to our CTE teachers. We're a very innovative school district, and we never take that for granted. And a lot of that work comes from our college and career readiness. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Yes. Okay, we need a motion to send this to the full board.
Ms. Heintel, I make a motion to take this to the full board at our next meeting in June.
Thank you. Second, all in favor? Aye. Next up is the digital resource renewals.
Thank you, Ms. Heintel. Good morning, board members. I also would like to thank Brian Davis and his entire team for all the great work that they do and for being here this morning to provide the overview. Ms. McSheehan is going to share the digital resource renewal memo, and what I would like to do is highlight the renewals this year and then open it up for questions. All of the resources that we would like to renew are not new resources. We've been using these resources, these digital platforms, for quite a while. As Ms. McSheen is trying to pull up that memo, I'll go ahead and start. The first resource is Mayon, which is through Renaissance. That's our digital book library, age-appropriate books and news articles in this platform. And it will be funded through academic funding. You see the total there, about $395,000. And we've used that for many years in Union County Public Schools. We also would like to renew Dreambox, and this is a digital platform that's used during core instruction or tier 1 instruction, and it focuses on math for students in grades K through 5. So we would like the renewal. This also provides any professional development we need and support services, and that's about $270,000. That will be funded with academic funds as well. Moving on to Apex Learning, this is our credit and unit recovery platform that we use in our high schools, and it's a well-used resource. And so it provides the digital access to the courses to recover credits, and it will be funded through our textbook funds at a cost of about $126,000. iReady is a platform that we bring to you each year. This is our universal assessment system in grades K through 8. So iReady offers us the ability to identify student needs and to be able to assign instruction for students to personalize their learning and meet their needs. So we will be purchasing or are requesting the purchase of iReady for math and reading at the middle school level, iReady Math at the elementary school level, and then K-8, a resource called iReady Teacher Toolbox. And this provides added resources for teachers to be able to differentiate learning in small group settings, so on and so forth. And so we're using a combination of textbook funds to pay for this, as well as ESSER funds. Next, are there any questions? No? Okay. All right. So next we have through Instructure, our Canvas platform and our Learn platform. And this is our learning management system, and it's district-wide use for teachers and for students. We've used this platform for quite a while now, and we will be paying that $241,000 out of textbook funds. And then Mr. Davis did a great job of helping us understand major clarity and the use and the outcomes with this platform. So we would like to renew the contract. We would like to start a new 3-year contract, and that will provide us some cost savings, and that will be paid for out of Mr. Davis's CET federal funds at the cost of about $131,000. And lastly, we have SCORE. So SCORE is a college readiness platform where our students, our high school students and middle school students could plan for and learn about college. Again, this is another 3-year contract renewal so that we can get some of those cost savings, and this is paid for out of Title IV funds. So at this time, we do have our directors here. I would like to invite any questions that you may have about the digital resource renewals.
Any questions? No?
Okay.
And I need a motion to send this to the full board.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next up is Safe and Civil Schools Resources.
Thank you. Our last item for action is the sole source purchase of CHAMPS foundations and addressing absenteeism programs. And it's through Safe and Civil Schools and Ancora Publishing. And so this is a request to purchase these items for specific schools. Ms. McSheen, do you mind pulling up that memo for me? At the cost of $100,000, and we've used these resources for several years as well, and they will be purchased through Title II funds if approved today. And I'll open it up for questions. I do believe Mr. McGraw is here from student
This
support.
is just for staff, right? It's PD for staff? Okay.
Correct. This is professional development,
Okay.
positioning our teachers to be able to set expectations in the classroom and highlight the things that our students need.
What can you? I'm sorry. Can you explain this a little further? Like, why are these particular schools? What's the? I guess I'm not familiar with this. So can you just elaborate a little more on what this this?
Sure, and Mr. McGraw is here. Champ, I can just speak to, this is part of our turnaround plan for our turnaround schools. And so CHAMPS provides effective classroom management techniques through a proactive approach and through positive and instructional strategy use. The foundations component is also about the management of student behavior. It supports our PBIS system that all schools have in schools, and it basically these help to reduce things like discipline referrals, suspensions, and it provides a common operating language for the entire school, and it's professional development for the teachers and the staff at the school.
Okay.
So this address, okay, I'm like Sandra now. I'm trying to get the details of it. It deals with truancy as well.
Mhm.
It does help with addressing absenteeism through strategies and support. So that is part of the professional development. Yes.
Okay, and it's just for the teachers.
Yes. And
Gotcha.
and possibly the support staff. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a school-wide professional development to provide that common operating language, to set expectations, and to help further the climate and the culture in the buildings.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Just to give you some more background for Sandra and John. So at the request of really our principals and our team several years ago before COVID, we started working with Safe and Civil Schools, mostly in all of our Title I schools, to address and really to give our teachers a common language around how to handle classroom and school-wide culture and climate improvement. We since expanded that to all of our focus schools. It's part of our focus school turnaround effort to help our lowest performing schools improve academically. So it's really a great professional development, and it has since over time become a really good kind of ingrained in terms of a common language throughout these schools, and strategies that teachers can use to help with discipline in their classroom. So it's based on positive behavioral supports. It aligns very well with things like Leader in Me. It's not being considered as kind of one more thing to do. It's just has become the way we handle business in our school. And our principals continue to ask for this year over year, especially for new teachers. So it helps them kind of have that school-wide language and philosophy.
And so how long have we had this program?
I would say at least since 2000, I may get it wrong, 2018 maybe. And then, yeah, that sounds about right. 2017, 18.
Yes, that's correct.
Any other questions? Not, we need a motion to send this to the full board.
So moved.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 3-0. Next meeting is June 28th at 10 a.m. via Zoom. And now I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you.